Hi there, and welcome to the Central Prairie Railway layout tour. I was asked by one of the people on my YouTube channel, David, who he asked if I could do a layout tour, so this is what I'm doing. Currently, we're sitting in one end of the yard of the Central Prairie Railway, looking at the engine house where one of their alcos is idling. At some point, I'm going to repaint this to some kind of variation of Central Prairie Railway's colors, but currently it's in CP Rail livery. So this is one end of the yard. We'll have a quick look, pop our drone up and have a look. So if I pivot around, this is the yard here. And so a couple things you'll notice about the yard is that it has a main track, which is this. I'm going to just set it here. This is the main track here. This is the passing track. And then we have two storage tracks here and here, and then finally at the end along here is basically a runaround track, and it's also to access the engine house at one end, and there's an industry at the other end, but we'll see in a minute. And over here on the back wall is an elevator track, so there's going to be two grain elevators and a fertilizer elevator here. So this is going to be the fertilizer elevator, and this is going to be one of the grain elevators here, and this will be the other grain elevator here. So these will be basically low relief buildings, basically background buildings up against the wall and the backdrop, which I don't have installed yet. So this is the yard. It is now, as of today, fully functional, completely wired, so it can be used in operations. So expect an operating session fairly soon. The other thing I finished up today was going out of the yard. There's now a little bit of track around here, around the corner. So this track here, this is the main line here. The glue's still wet underneath the on the sub road bed. This is going to be an industry. It's going to be a two-track industry. I put a boxcar there at the end so you get an idea of what the industry looks like. It's going to be basically like a potato processor. French fry maker, so they're going to receive tank cars and then ship things in refrigerated boxcars. This is the main line, so the main line comes around here, and basically it ends here. You can see the glue is still quite white and not dry. So this is going to go around. I won't show you the rest of the room because it's a mess, but basically this is what you're going to see is about 60% or 70% of the trackage that will be in this room. So following the main line back, zoom around here, we come back to the yard. And there's a Nova Scotia Eastern Railway caboose. That was my very first railway, so I still have this caboose, a pretty crude caboose, but I put it there out of sentimentality. So we'll zoom along here with our fast-paced drone to come to the other end of the yard. So here is where the other industry is going to be. It's going to be like a scrapyard here. So it'll have a fence and so on. And then the yard ends here, basically comes down to a throat. There'll be a crossing here. There'll be a crossing at the other end of the yard too, so trains will have to blow for the crossing at both ends. So here is where we interchange with CN. So the straight through track here is the Central Prairie Railways, and it comes to a diamond here with the CN. So crossing the diamond, as you can see, goes into the wall, but that is supposed to be storage track for the Central Prairie Railway. So the Central Prairie Railway earns some of its money from storing cars, and so we're going to pretend that they store cars over there. Now, this curved track here is the interchange track between the Central Prairie Railway and CN. So that goes around here, and then this line here that I'm touching now is the CN main line. So there's where the interchange track joins with CN, and then as we go farther here, the branching track is a track to the island that I'll show you in a moment. This one here, this is the track to the Cargill grain elevator that's on an island, and then here we have track that basically goes to serve an industry and has a runaround track and so on. So let's have a look at the Cargill island here. So this is the island. Got a crossing here and 3 tracks for the Cargill grain elevator, which is right here. So you can see there's the Cargill logo, and so that's the Cargill grain elevator with a bunch of trailers here, just kind of stored here. So the Cargill has their own switcher, which is currently a leased locomotive. There, you see, there's the end of the 3 tracks for Cargill, and there's a cart. They have a little pocket track that the locomotive sits on here, and then here's the grain elevator itself, and there's where they do the loading of the grain cars. So basically the idea of this is CN will come in and deliver grain cars and pick up the loads, and then the Cargill switcher will shuffle things around as needed. Alright, so let's go back to here. We're going across back to here, back to CN. So again, here is just the interchange is in the background of the Central Prairie Railway, and in the foreground we have the main line here. This one, there's my finger. This is a siding just for running around the track, and then this goes to a pair of industries. So this one comes here to a team track right here, which currently has a gondola on it. So that's a team track just for whatever comes here to be loaded or unloaded. And then this track here goes around the corner, and this one comes to an end. This is going to be an industry, probably a plastics industry. They'll receive pellets in hoppers, and the idea is this track in the back here is the staging track for CN. You can see there's a CN train staged on it, and the idea will be that this plastic industry will come up like this and hide the staging track. Now, one thing I did with the staging track that I mentioned in another video is I have it basically come all the way out to here on a folding hinged extension for staging, because it goes in front of my door. This is also my office, so previous layout, I ducked under the layout so many times, thousands of times literally, that I got tired of that. So this one just folds out of the way when it's not in use. So that's basically how that's going to work. So again, this is the staging track here. This is the plastic industry. Come back through. There's the team track. Here's the runaround track. You can see now the whole thing. The main line here, and then this here is the track to go to Cargill. So the track plan should be on my website, modeltraingeek.com. And thanks for watching, and thanks David for the idea for the video. So thanks again for watching the video, and click like and subscribe. Thanks very much. Bye.